I'm Ken, and tonight we're going deep on a scam that's been giving me the chills lately.
Oh, yeah.
SIM swapping.
Yeah, you're right. It's a scary one.
It's like straight out of a spy movie or something.
It is.
But it's real, and it's more common than you think.
Way more common, and it's one of the scariest ones out there right now. You think you're careful, and then bam.
Yeah, exactly.
This one gets you.
It's not just about losing money either. It's like losing control over your whole digital life.
It really is.
Like we came across a story about this guy, Justin, in California, who lost $38,000
Oh, wow.
in the blink of an eye
That's awful.
because of SIM swapping.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. And, we're all so vulnerable in this digital age. So
Yeah,
let's break this down. I think a lot of people hear SIM swapping,
right.
but they don't know what it is.
They don't really get it.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through it?
Yeah, so SIM swapping is basically when a scammer tricks your mobile carrier into transferring your phone number to a SIM card that they control.
So they're like digitally stealing your identity,
Exactly, and then using it to cause chaos.
though they hijack your phone number and everything connected to it.
Pretty much think about how many accounts are linked to your phone number for like two-factor authentication, password resets, or even as your primary contact.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Like your bank, email, social media, online shopping.
It's crazy how much is tied to that one number.
Right, and that's what makes this scam so effective, because once they have your number, they have the keys to your digital kingdom.
Okay, so how does this actually work?
Oh.
Do they like break into your house and steal your phone or something?
No, it's a lot more sophisticated than that. They don't need physical access to your phone at all.
Oh, wow.
It all starts with research. These scammers are incredibly thorough. They scour the internet for your personal information,
Yeah.
your name, your address, maybe even your mother's maiden name.
So they're doing their homework.
Big time. And they use all that information to create a profile of you, which they then use to impersonate you when they contact your mobile carrier.
So they call up your phone company pretending to be you?
Yep. And they'll come up with all kinds of elaborate stories about losing their phone or needing a SIM swap for some reason.
That's so bold.
It is. And the scariest part is with eSIMs, they don't even need to physically touch your phone.
Yeah, no, they don't.
They can do it all remotely.
It's kind of wild. Like, imagine you're just scrolling through your phone and then all of a sudden, bam, no service.
Right.
That's usually the first sign that something's wrong.
But by then it might be too late.
Oh, no.
That's why it's so important to understand how this works and protect yourself.
Before it happens.
Because once they have your number, the damage can be really bad.
Yeah, they can get into your accounts, change passwords, drain your bank account.
Exactly, all before you realize what's happening. And
It's scary.
here's the kicker. They use two-factor authentication against you.
Wait, what?
I know, right?
Isn't that supposed to make things more secure?
It is in theory, but think about it. Most services use text messages for verification codes. So when you try to log into your bank account and it asks for a code sent to your phone,
Uh-oh.
guess who's getting that code?
The scammer.
Exactly. They've got your number, remember?
It's like they've turned your own security against you.
Exactly. They can take over your email, social media retirement accounts, anything linked to your phone number. Basically, they've hijacked your entire digital identity.
So what can we do? How do we protect ourselves from this nightmare scenario?
Don't worry, there are things you can do. We'll dive into those right after a quick word from our sponsors.
All right, folks, we'll be right back with some actionable steps to keep you safe from SIM swappers. So don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to ScamWise. Before the break, we were talking about SIM swapping and how scary it can be.
Yeah?
But there's a lot you can do to protect yourself.
Yeah, that's right, folks. Knowledge is power.
Right.
And we're going to arm you with the tools you need to fight back against these scammers.
Exactly. So let's dive into some practical tips.
Right.
First and foremost, you want to strengthen the security of your mobile account.
Okay, I'm all ears. What do you suggest?
Contact your mobile carrier and add a strong, unique PIN to your account.
Okay.
I mean, unique, don't use the same PIN you use for your bank or anything else.
Yeah, make it hard for those scammers to guess.
Right. What else? Two-factor authentication is still important, but use it strategically.
Okay.
Whenever possible, opt for app-based two-factor authentication instead of relying on text messages.
So instead of getting those codes through text, you're using an authentication app like Google Authenticator or Authy.
Exactly. Those apps generate codes that are a lot harder for scammers to intercept, even if they do manage to hijack your phone number.
So strong PIN app-based two-factor authentication. Got it.
Got it.
What other red flags should we be on the lookout for?
Pay attention to any weird activity with your phone.
Okay.
If you suddenly lose service for no apparent reason, or if you see that SOS sign in the corner of your screen,
Yeah.
that's a major red flag.
Especially if you're in a spot where you usually have good service.
Yeah. Exactly. Don't just ignore it. Call your carrier right away and report the issue.
Yeah, it could be a sign that someone's trying to SIM swap you.
Exactly.
So stay vigilant.
Right.
Trust your instincts.
Exactly. If something feels off, it probably is.
I like that.
Another really important thing is to be careful about the personal information you share online.
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Every piece of information you put out there is another puzzle piece for a scammer.
So less is more when it comes to sharing stuff online.
Absolutely. You never know what a scammer might do with that information.
Yeah, that's all great advice. It sounds like a lot to remember.
I know.
But these steps could really make all the difference in preventing this.
They really could. And just to add one more layer of protection, I'd also recommend checking with your bank about app-based transaction approval for your mobile banking app.
Oh, that's a good one. So instead of getting those texts, you can confirm transactions directly through the app.
Right, even if your phone service is compromised.
That adds an extra layer of security for sure. Okay, so let's be real. What happens if, despite all these precautions, you still become a victim of SIM swapping?
Yeah,
It's a really scary and overwhelming situation.
it can be.
What steps should someone take if they think they've been targeted?
First of all, don't panic.
Easier said than done.
I know, but stay calm and act quickly. The first thing you should do is call your mobile carrier and report the fraud.
Right, because they can help you secure your account and hopefully prevent further damage.
Exactly.
What if you've already noticed unauthorized access or financial losses?
Then you need to kick things into high gear, contact every institution that's been affected, your bank email provider, social media platforms, everything, and report the fraud.
Okay.
And documentation is key here.
You keep records of all communication dates, times, names of representatives, any reference numbers you get.
You gotta say, it's like building a case file
Yeah.
to prove you were a victim.
It's almost like you become an investigator yourself.
Yeah.
What if you're finding it hard to navigate all this on your own? What other resources are out there?
If you're hitting roadblocks or just feeling overwhelmed, you could talk to a legal professional who specializes in cybercrime.
Okay.
They can help guide you through the process.
Yeah, sometimes you need an expert in your corner to help fight back.
Exactly. And remember, you're not alone in this. SIM swapping is a big problem, and there are resources to help victims.
Yeah.
Reporting the scam to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaints Center at ic3.gov is also really important.
Right. It helps law enforcement track these criminals and hopefully bring them to justice.
Exactly. And every report makes a difference.
So this has been so insightful. You've given our listeners a lot of valuable information
Now, good.
to help them protect themselves and fight back if they need to.
That's the goal.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we're back with ScamWise.
We are.
We've been talking about SIM swapping.
Yeah, it's been pretty intense.
It's been eye-opening for sure.
A real wake-up call, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah, it just highlights how vulnerable we all are. You know, we rely so much on our phones these days and our online accounts.
Right. You just don't think about how easily things can go wrong.
Yeah.
So it's important to stay informed, stay proactive. Knowledge is power, right?
Knowledge is power, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's recap for our listeners.
Okay.
What are the most important things to remember to protect themselves from SIM swapping?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, your phone number is more than just digits. It's like the key to your entire digital life.
So guard it fiercely.
Yes, guard it fiercely. Take all the steps we talked about. Strong, unique PIN for your mobile account. Use app-based two-factor authentication if you can, and be super careful about what information you share online.
Right. And if you notice anything suspicious happening with your phone,
Yeah.
like suddenly losing service or seeing that SOS sign,
Yeah.
don't wait.
Don't hesitate. Call your carrier right away.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Exactly. And, even if you've done everything right, there's still a chance you could become a victim.
Yeah, that's true.
These scammers are always coming up with new tricks.
So what should you do if you think you've been targeted?
First things first, contact your mobile carrier, report the fraud.
Okay.
Then reach out to every institution that might be affected, your bank, email provider, social media platforms, anyone, and report the fraud to them too.
Got it.
And remember, documentation is so important. Keep detailed records of all your communication.
It's like building your own case file.
Exactly.
Wow. This has been incredibly insightful.
I'm glad.
You've given our listeners so much to think about.
Good. I hope it helps.
and so many practical tips to stay safe.
It's been my pleasure.
That's what ScamWise is all about.
Mm,
We want to make sure you have the knowledge you need to stay safe out there.
exactly, because knowledge is power.
So before we sign off, we want to hear from you.
Yes.
What scams have you encountered? What topics would you like us to cover?
You can leave a comment on our YouTube channel
Yeah.
or connect with us on social media. We're always listening.
And don't forget to subscribe to ScamWise for more deep dives into the world of scams and how to protect yourself.
Hit that notification bell.
Yeah, so you don't miss an episode.
Thanks for joining us tonight, everyone.
Stay safe out there.